Welcome back. For today's prep, we are going to do another section on selection, looking at some slightly more advanced selection choices and some ways to simplify and do it more quickly and easier. So, let's get started. So, last time we learnt about creating a nice, simple if statement and selection. So I am going to make a nice, simple if statement here. In fact, I'll call it score. Let's give it a meaningful name to my variable. Score equals input what was your score. There we are. So I've got a variable called score where the user types in their score. Now I want to say if int, because I'm going to make it a whole number, if score is greater than 10, I want to print out well done, print well done, you passed. Okay, fair enough, a nice start. So let's test that out now, see if it works. Right click on it and run more if. What was your score? I'll say 11. Well done, you passed. Woohoo! But say if I want to say, okay, if they didn't get 10, never mind, try again. Or if they got less than 10, never mind, try again, or you'll get there soon. How would I do that? Well, doing that is actually fairly easy. Having an answer like that, you come to the start of the next line down, and I just type in else. So if they don't get 10, we're going to print never mind, you'll, can't spell that, can I? Get there soon. So let's try that again. Run it. This time I'm going to score 6, let's say. Press enter, never mind, you'll get there soon. So we go, okay, we have now got an answer for if they get over 10 or if they don't. But what happens if we want a third answer? What happens if they get 8 or above? We say, oh, that was close. How do we do that? Well, I'm sure you're not surprised when I tell you that there is a way in Python. So, come back to the start of the line here. We need to say else if. So, if it's not greater than 10, but it is greater than 8, we want to do something. How should we say that? Well, we type in L and if. Short for else if, but we don't use that here. And then we put a space and the brackets. And we put the criteria. So int score is greater than 8. Then we are going to say print that was close. So this one, if it's greater than 10, it will just print that and then it's done. If the score is greater than 8, it will say, that was close. So it's going to be greater than 8, but less than 10. And if it wasn't greater than 10 or greater than 8, it's going to say, never mind, you'll get there soon. So let's run it again. What was my score? My score was 9. That was close. If I run it again, and it says, what was your score? My score was 7. Never mind, you'll get there soon. Let's try one more. Run it again, and say I type in 8. With 8 or above, that was close. Never mind, you'll get there soon. Why is it not saying that for 8? I'm sure we all know this. It's because where it says 8 is greater than 8, it's not greater than or equals to. I put an equal sign there now, press play, and type in 8. 8's there already, never mind, that's just me being silly. If I press play, what was my score? If I say 8, that was close! Perfect, you see, absolutely perfect. So, that is one way of doing it. The other way of doing this, there's one other thing I want to show you today. We've got if, elif and else. But we can also do multiple values in one if statement. What do I mean? Well, let's watch and find out. So, we have got score, what was your score? And we're going to have age equals input how old are you? Now, say they have to get over 10 in the score and they must be over 18 to qualify. How would I do that? Well, I could use nesting like last time. So I could say if int score equals 10 and then here do another if statement. But there is a much simpler and easier way of doing it. So now here I've got in the brackets score is greater than 10, score integer, then it will do it. Now I want to say and the age is 18 or over. What do I type here? Well, the first thing I type is and. Then I type int brackets age, so I said age to be a number, is greater than or equals to 18. So now the age and the score must be over 10 to qualify. So let's see what's happening. So let's run it again. What was my score? My score was 11. I did well. But how old are you? I'm only 17. Nothing happens. Why? Because both of them must be true for this to work. But say I were to change this. Say I wanted to say you must get over 10 or be over 18. How do I do that? Well, again, nice and easy. I just change and to or. And then if I run it, what was your score? My score was 9, but my age, I'm 26. Is it going to work? Yes, it is. Well done, you passed. And then, of course, this is exactly the same as if statements I showed you before. So, here I can say else, print, get, speech marks, get older or better. So let's try this again now. So what was my score? Say my score was 10, which is not good enough, and my age was 12. Get older or better. There we are. But let's try this again. So what was your score? My score was 12. And my age was only 13. Well, then you passed. Hey, I did well. Now let's try one more change to make this back to and again. So, and age is greater than 18. So, what am I going to say? I'm going to say, right, let's try this out one more time. If my score is 9, but my age is 21, get older or get better. So I have to have both of these matching to pass. But if I run it again and have a score of 12 and an age of 19, well, hey, I pass. So there we are. Today we have looked back at if statements. We have looked at else and else if, and we have introduced logic, Boolean logic, and an or statements to our selection. I hope this has helped you with the homework, and I'll see you in class next lesson. Goodbye and good night.